Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that is absolutely critical for anyone navigating the immigration process: incomplete documentation. It might seem like a small detail, but trust me, the impact of missing or improperly filed paperwork can be huge. We're going to break down exactly what can happen, why it happens, and most importantly, how you can avoid these pitfalls. Whether you're just starting your journey or you're deep in the process, this information is for you. So, let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the most immediate consequence of submitting an incomplete application: a request for evidence, or RFE. What is an RFE? Essentially, it's a notice from the immigration agency, like USCIS, saying, "Hey, you missed something." They'll specify exactly what document or piece of information is missing from your file. Now, you might think, okay, that's not so bad. I'll just send it in. And while that's true, an RFE introduces a significant delay. Your case is effectively put on pause. The clock stops ticking on your processing time until you respond correctly and they receive your new evidence. This can add weeks, or more often, months, to your wait time. Imagine waiting for a decision, only to find out you have to wait even longer because of a missing signature or a document you forgot to include. It's frustrating, and it prolongs the uncertainty that comes with any immigration case. Beyond just delays, what else can happen? If the information requested in an RFE isn't provided by the deadline, or if the documents you submit still don't meet the requirements, you could be facing an outright denial. This is where things get serious. A denial doesn't just mean you have to start over. It can have more severe consequences depending on your situation. For example, if your current status is expiring, a denial could mean you fall out of status, which complicates things immensely. You might have the option to appeal the decision or file a motion to reopen or reconsider, but these are complex legal processes that require even more time, more money, and are not guaranteed to succeed. It's a stressful, uphill battle that all began with that initial incomplete submission. That's why getting it right the first time is so crucial. A denial is not just a no for now. It can impact your future eligibility and create a negative history on your immigration record. So, why does this happen so often? One of the most common reasons is simply misunderstanding the instructions. Immigration forms are notorious for being complex and filled with legal jargon. It's easy to misinterpret a question or not realize the specific format a document needs to be in. For example, you might submit a copy of a birth certificate, but the instructions required a certified copy with a certified translation, or maybe you filled out a form using an outdated version you found online. These small errors can lead to an RFE or denial. Another frequent issue is forgetting to sign the forms. An unsigned form is an incomplete form, period. It's an automatic rejection. We also see issues with missing supporting evidence. If you're applying for a marriage-based green card, you need to provide substantial proof of your relationship. Just sending in a marriage certificate isn't enough. You need photos, joint bank statements, leases, and more. Forgetting these crucial pieces of evidence will definitely trigger a request for more information. Let's dive deeper into some specific examples of documents that are often missed or submitted incorrectly. Birth certificates are a big one. You need the long form version, which includes the parents' names. And if it's not in English, you need a complete, certified translation. The translator must provide a statement certifying their fluency and the accuracy of the translation. Another common pitfall is financial documentation. When you need a sponsor to file an affidavit of support, they must provide their tax returns, W-2 South, and pay stubs to prove they meet the income requirements. Often, people forget to include all the pages of their tax return, or they submit documents from the wrong year. Every single page is important. For employment-based visas, things like experience letters are critical. These letters must be on company letterhead, detail your job duties, dates of employment, and be signed by a supervisor or HR representative. A simple letter saying, "John worked here," won't cut it. Each application has its own unique checklist, and you have to treat it like a scavenger hunt where every single item is non-negotiable. So, how can you prevent these mistakes? The number one rule is to read everything. And I mean everything. Read the form instructions from top to bottom, then read them again. USCIS and other agencies provide detailed guides for a reason. Don't skim. Pay close attention to the document checklists provided for your specific application. Create your own personal checklist based on the official one and physically tick off each item as you gather and review it. Make copies of every single document you send. This creates a backup for your records and makes it easier to respond if you do receive an RFE. It is also a great idea to have a second pair of eyes. Look over your entire application package before you mail it. A friend, a family member, or ideally, an immigration professional can catch small mistakes you might have overlooked after staring at the paperwork for hours. Let's talk about organization. A well-organized packet makes a huge difference. It not only helps you ensure you have everything, but it also makes the immigration officer's job easier, which is always a good thing. Use cover letters to introduce your package and list the contents. Use tabs or dividers to separate different forms and categories of evidence. For example, you could have a tab for Form I-130, a tab for the petitioner's documents, a tab for the beneficiary's documents, and a tab for proof of bona fide marriage. Assemble everything in the exact order requested in the instructions. Don't just throw a stack of papers in an envelope. A neat, organized, and complete submission shows that you are serious and diligent. It minimizes the chance that the officer reviewing your file will miss something or become confused. Think of it as presenting your case in the clearest, most professional way possible. Now, I know this can all sound incredibly overwhelming, and that's because it can be. If you're feeling lost or unsure about any part of the process, it is always a good idea to seek professional help. Consulting with an experienced immigration attorney or an accredited representative can be one of the best investments you make in your future. They've seen thousands of cases and know exactly what the government is looking for. They can review your documents, help you gather the right evidence, and ensure your application is as strong and complete as it can be. Yes, there is a cost involved, but when you weigh it against the cost and stress of a denial, a long delay, or potentially falling out of status, it's often well worth it. They can help you navigate the complexities and give you peace of mind. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, especially when the stakes are this high. Your future is too important to leave to chance. To wrap things up, the message today is simple. Be meticulous. In the world of immigration, the details matter immensely. An incomplete application can lead to frustrating delays with an RFE or even a heartbreaking denial. The most common mistakes are often the simplest: misunderstanding instructions, forgetting signatures, or not providing enough supporting evidence. Double-checking everything and keeping your application packet impeccably organized. And never be afraid to seek professional guidance if you need it. Taking these steps can dramatically increase your chances of a smooth and successful immigration journey. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this breakdown has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to point you in the right direction. Don't forget to like this video if you found it valuable and subscribe to the channel for more essential immigration tips and information. We'll see you in the next one.